Hi everyone, welcome back to my beginners series. I am using 3 brushes within this. I've got a round number 10, these are synthetic blends, a round number 6 and a rigger which is a size number 2. Got my water pot, I've got a bit of kitchen towel and I've got a small Cotman palette. I'll put a link in the description for the Cotman palette that I'm using. But you can use any paints you have. The whole point of this series is that you use the stuff that you have and work with it. So I've got a cotton paper. This is Saunders Waterford. It's a rough paper and I've divided it into 4. So it's basically an 1/8 imperial size. So it's nice and small and easy for you to start to learn some different techniques. So today I'm going to do a sunset beach. There's going to be no drawing. I'm going to come straight on with the paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is wet the paper. So I'm going to wet all the way over. I'm using my round number 10. I'm getting a nice layer of water on. If you've got a slightly different paper, then the things to watch out for is if it's a wood pulp paper, it tends to sit a little bit more on the surface. So you can't quite have as much water, but you're basically looking for it to have a sheen all the way across and have no dull patches. You don't want any puddles either. I have used some tape. This is a framing tape. I'll try and find a link for something similar as well. What I will say to you is be careful of certain papers because they do tend to actually lift off when you take the tape off. This one, Saunders Waterford, is absolutely fine, as is Bockingford. It's just like a low tack masking tape really. Okay, so I've got plenty of water on there and I'm going to come in first of all with some cadmium yellow. So you'll see I've loaded my brush up and I'm touching into the cadmium yellow. I want this mix to be nice and creamy. I'm touching one side because the other side's a bit dirty. And I would like it to stay quite yellow. So I'm going to come in and I'm sweeping through. So this is like my horizon line. And then I'm going to sweep some through. This is going to be my water line. It will all become apparent when I come on dry later. Rinse that brush out really well. Dab it off on the kitchen towel, load it up again with a bit of water because I'm using neat paint here, so I need the water on the brush. And then I'm going to come in, this is cerulean blue. So I'm not going to touch into the yellow because I don't want the green in the sky, but because we're nice and flat, this should stay nicely in control. Take a little bit of cerulean blue towards the front there as well. Rinse my brush out. Dab it off, make sure that it's clean. I'm loading up again with some water and I'm touching into some cadmium red. It's a little bit more work. Depending on the pans, they can take a little bit more work to manoeuvre the colour. So this is coming into the water and a little bit into the sky. So I'm going to keep it in between both, like that. And I'm going to pick up my round number 6. I'm going to make a grey. So this is burnt umber, but basically any brown will work. If you haven't got a grey in your palette, and I haven't got a grey in this one, and then this is ultramarine. So I'm using what I have in this palette, but cobalt blue would work as well to make a nice grey. Burnt sienna would work to make a nice grey. With that loaded round number 6 now, I'm going to come in and do a circular motion. So this is in the sky. I'm pushing down the brush. And I'm getting a nice cloud effect. So I'm breaking through those colours we've put in so that I'm starting to get a nice cloud effect. I need a little bit more. If you push the brush down, then you're much more in control, but then as you come to do these little bits, you need to just dot in. So if it's coming off and flowing too far, just dot a little bit off on the kitchen towel. So you've got less paint to come out and you can play a little bit more. It's still nice and wet. This is a cotton paper. It will stay wet for a long amount of time. Okay, so I'm going to come in and just start to create some grey into the sea. The main bit of definition will come once this is dry, but this just giving a bit more depth in here. If it looks a little bit too brown, you want more blue in. If it looks a little bit too blue, you want more brown in. The beauty of having a mixed grey is it splits out on the paper wet in wet and it makes lovely effects. So I'm just going to bring a bit of dark into this as well, so that starts to build that up. But basically this is the beach that's starting to come in the sunset. We've got, this is the sea. I'm just starting to bring in. This is the sky. So we're getting a nice soft effect, and then when we dry that, we're going to come back over with another layer. Okay, so that's dried beautifully now, and we're going to start to work in a little bit more. So I've got my round number 6, and I'm going to come in and create a little bit of a bank. So I've purposely left some paint on my brush so you can see where I'm going here, but this could be quite clean water as well. So I'm going to start to create a little bit of a bank. I'm going to use the mix of burnt umber and ultramarine, that grey, to create that lovely silhouette. And then because this is wet, it's going to run into the wet but not onto the dry. My round number 6 has got a nice point, so I should be able to paint this nice and easily. If you struggle to see where to paint, you need to see the tip of your brush. So when I'm this way, I can see exactly where the tip of my brush is going. When I'm this way, I can't. It's very hard. So one of my first tips is to turn it round so you can see exactly where the tip of that brush is going to be. Once you turn it round, you know where you're going to. You can see it. This may sound very obvious, but it's very, very helpful to be able to see where you're painting. Turn that back round. As you can see, I've got a nice bank, sand bank happening there. Whilst it's still wet, I can take some darker paint in. So if I drop a little bit more of this mix in, it's nice and thick. It's going to stay put because this paint is settling nicely. So it gives you an opportunity to add a few little shadows, and the darker that you get that edge at the top, the more it's going to stand out. The less flat it looks with those little bits of shadow, the more dimension it will have. So it's just learning the little bits you can do. It's still got a sheen on, so you've still got time to play with it. I'm going to use that same grey now, but I've loaded my brush with water, so this is going to be a waterier mix, and I can start to come in and define a few waves or ripples. but it's more just very gentle lapping waves here. So they're going to arch round as they're coming into the beach. Wetting my brush, and I'm just going to wet underneath each of these. I don't want them, so I'm choosing one edge. I'm choosing the left hand side and painting. I don't want them to be too stark, so this is something called softening in. In its simplest form, I'm wetting one edge so that it helps to ground it in. And feel like it's connected. If I take a few more now, little ripples, just in places. So this is still very watery, and it will just soften these all in and connect it all together. So where there it had just started to watermark, I'm just spreading that a bit further. It shouldn't watermark. Occasionally it does. It's just knowing what to do with it. Just spread it a little bit further. It's got a nice effect happening now. And I'm just going to take a little bit just on the edge there so that I get that definition. That's that grey definition just on that horizon line. Okay, I'll dry that one off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. It's got a nice feel to it now. You've got the glow from the sky and the water, and we just need to come into the beach really, just to give that a little bit more definition. So I'm going to wet this area again. I'm going to wet up to, you've got to get a nice edge on your water. And I'm using my round number 10 to wet. Just need to make sure it's nicely dry. If you come on and you haven't dried it, it will lift the paint. So I'm just making up some more of that grey. What I'm going to do is add a little bit more of the burnt umber because I want it to be a bit warmer. So I'm coming in, I've got a tiny line happening here, a dry line. I want that. I've left that dry so that I get a bit of a highlight happening. And I'm just going to bring in this colour. Keep it fairly horizontal when you're coming on with your strokes, but you obviously need to work to create a nice edge on the water. But then if you work horizontally out, it will give a much nicer surface to your beach. So just stroking outwards. You can leave little bits of light in your beach as well. You just need to move fairly quickly because if this edge starts to dry, then you will see that visible line, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm just breaking in a few other places. And give it a really nice, flowy water. And just really focusing on getting a really nice edge that works nicely. You'll see that I've flowed that round into much more of an arch there, and that's working really nicely. then as this starts to settle, you can just add a few extra strokes. When I say settle, it's still got a sheen. If it looks like it's dulling, then you don't want to add it, and you want to make sure that that paint is very thick when you're adding it in as well. Okay, so I'll dry that one off. So there we are, I've taken the tape off and we're all finished. So you've got a really lovely effect with a few simple techniques. So you've learned a little bit about wetting wet, a little bit about softening in, and a little bit about layering. If you've enjoyed today, please do like, subscribe and share. I'll also pop a playlist down here that goes through to my super easy beginners playlist. There's lots more in there for you to have a go at, and I shall see you next time.